Hello and welcome back to Wargaming with me, Gary. What's all this lot? This is a little reminder to me about the figures that I still have to paint. All these on here are still unfinished figures and I'm going to go through them quickly with you. But the purpose of doing this is, and this was before Salute rescheduled for April 2021. So basically they postponed. But I think the insurance, I think by doing that they don't get stung. So, but prior to that, I'd already decided I wasn't going to go to Salute in order. That was really in support of my brother who's on the at-risk list. So, and because I was feeling a little bit down, I thought, well, let's just go and have a look at all the figures I've still got to paint. So as you can see, these are all untouched. So I'm going to start with my Napoleonics. As you can see here, and I'll just make sure I get them all in. So I've got a box of Perry miniatures. Napoleonic infantry, 1808 to 1815. Then I've got another box of those. Then following on from them, I've got a box of British Napoleonic infantry from Warlord Games. So that's my infantry. So I'll just move them to one side. Then I've got some British Household Cavalry from Warlord Games, and then Perry's, and I've got 2 boxes of British Light Dragoons, and also 2 boxes of British Hussars, all of 1808 to 1815. And the purpose of doing that, and there's another box of British Hussars. So as you can see, I'm working on a British Army there. If I just... And it's going to be a representation of the troops who were at Waterloo. It's not going to be all of them, but it's going to represent a good portion of them. I haven't decided what brigades and what divisions to do yet, but I think there will be a good representation there, and that's a good start. So lots of cavalry, and I love cavalry, and I love painting cavalry as well. Then I've got some commanders, and this is the rest of my Napoleonic project at the moment. Some British officers, I think that's Wellington. Some more British officers. These are both Perry's. I got these for Christmas from my wonderful wife, bless her heart. A infantry colonel and officer from Warlord Games. I believe this is a Perry light cavalry British officer from Napoleonic Wars. Then I've got from Eagle Figures, and these are French officers. And then the last one from my Napoleonic project, I'm wondering if that's it, yeah. Also Eagle Figures, and these are the Grand Grenadier à Cheval, so the French heavy cavalry Imperial Army. And the idea was, and is, that next time I go to Salute, I'm going to get some more Eagle figures, and they'll all be French, because I think these are superb. I was thinking about getting the Imperial Chasseurs. Then I've got a mishmash of figures. These are predominantly Renegade, and these are British infantry Napoleonics, and I'm really looking forward to getting those. And they will be mixed up with the Perrys and Warlord, so that's them. Then there's an elephant. When I bought the figures from Renegade, they gave me that for nothing, which I thought was very, very generous of them. So that one's there. There's some medieval figures there. I haven't decided, or I haven't been able to find out yet. Not that I've been looking, I haven't really had a proper look. but these are, I believe, War of the Roses, or maybe not, maybe they're 100 Years War. If somebody knows, maybe you could save me doing a lot of homework and finding out. So that's them. And then last are, I believe these are Armenian village figures. And I'm really looking forward to adding them to my ancient Syrian project. So there's that. This is my box of 40k, which I'm really, and I got all of these from the Conquest magazine. So as you can see, that's the, what number is that? Number 45. I didn't get all of these magazines, I just got enough to build a small army. So there's that, and then if you look in here, you can see there's loads of them, and I got that special offer, you know, I think one magazine was £2 and you got something like 10 figures with each. So I got a nice, so as you see, there is a decent sized army in there, and there's some baddies in there as well, so I'll be getting around to them. And sticking with Games Workshop, these are my Warhammer. Now these were the other special offer, and that was again about, well, this was £3, but you got 13 figures for £3. So now I did originally order five of these. Unfortunately, only 3 came through. That was from my local shop. I have spoken to them, and they're going to have another go, see if they can get the other 2 that are missing. But yeah, but I thought that was quite a nice little buy. And these are some bits and pieces I've got. 2 of them are from Salute 2019. So that's one of the figures that we were given when we came in. And this is the other one. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them yet, but I'll find something to do with them. Then I got a War Games Illustrated, yeah, there, War Games Illustrated magazine, because it came with these rather snazzy looking Russian Crimea troops with them. So I thought I'd get them as well, and that, yeah, that was a reasonable price. And then lastly, Reese sent me these, which are Greek Hoplite Command, and these are from Crusader Miniatures. I haven't decided which faction these are going to be yet, but I will do. I think they look absolutely brilliant. So I'm just going to put in there whilst I just quickly saying it. As you can see, I'm just rushing through. This isn't to show you, in detail what they look like or a review. This is purely a look at all the figures that I've still got to paint in my plastic and metal mounting. And the purpose of this is to remind me that if I'd have gone to Salute, I would have probably spent a small fortune on more figures. So this is probably saying, so Salute being cancelled or postponed has probably saved me and my wife an almighty argument about what I'm spending all my money on. Now these figures are probably the ones that I'm most looking forward to doing, which is probably why I'm leaving them to last. They're all Old Glory. I've got a pack of Cossack Cavalry. I've got a pack of Cossack Infantry. Another pack of Cossack Cavalry. And then the ones that I'm really been looking forward to, Polish Winged Hussars. I'm really looking forward to painting them. I believe they are, and this is another one. And this is another pack, but these are 1 winged and the other were 2 winged. And the last one in there, and it's the last one of my Ancient Assyrian project, are Ancient Assyrian Archers. So they're all Old Glory, so that's a nice little, another, there's enough to do there, let alone the rest that I'm going to show you. Now in here, these have all been primed, everything from here, I've done something to them, but they're not the ones I'm working on at the moment, and I'm not including the ones that I'm working on at the moment, because I want to keep them separate for another video, obviously. as you can see, these are predominantly Greek troops. These are these are a small batch from my ancient Assyrians. No, sorry, ancient Athenians. But you can also see just at the back here, there's some zombies in there as well. In this box, also all primed, there's a real mishmash of everything. I've got zombies in there, I've got some more Athenians, there's French First World War, there's English Civil War, there's, what else is in there? English Civil War, zombies I've said. Yeah, so that's a fair old pile in there, and there's quite a lot of them, as you can see. So I've still got all those to do. And lastly, there's some more Athenians in there. As you can see, I've painted them to a point, and some English Civil War. So, would I have needed to go to Sloot? Well, only to meet up with everybody and have a good drink. Would I have needed to buy any more figures? No, I don't think so. I've got more figures there than I could hope to paint in the next couple of years. So, all in all, I think Salute being cancelled will give me an opportunity to try and get some more painted. So, this actually, having done this now, it's put me in a much better frame of mind about not being able to go to Salute, because it just goes to show how many figures we've got. And it might be a good idea, this might be a nice thing for us all to do, and I'm going to name a couple of people in order to get this started. So what I want people to do is to have a look at their plastic and metal mounting and let us know what you still have to paint before you're able to go to Salute next year. I'm only going to pick out two people. I'm going to pick out Merryhinge, Jim, because I know he was going to go to Salute. And I'm also going to pick out Leon from Leon T66, because I'm aware that they were also going to go to Salute. And that's not to say they're the only people I know are going to Salute, but they're two that I met last time, and there were others, of course. I'm rambling now, and you know what? I've fallen into that trap, haven't I? If you don't mention them all now, I could be criticised. So I'm going to stop there. But if Jim and Leon would like to show us a look at their plastic metal mounting, if they have one, I think I'd be very interested to see what you've still got to paint before you go to Salute in 2021. All the very best, everyone, and take care. Ta-da.